So I've been using the Chase Ritz Carlton card for over a year now, and it's poised to become my most valuable travel card within my credit card portfolio. As annual fees have been going up, I've been looking to cut back on cards that have overlapping benefits, and once those cards are canceled or product changed, this card will end up being my main luxury travel card. But it wasn't always this way. It used to just be another Marriott card, but after using it for a year, I began to see how powerful this card can be. And so what changed? Well, in this video, I want to go over why I value this card so highly and the 3 reasons why this card will become a top luxury travel credit card in my wallet. But before I go into those reasons, I want to first cover how you can get this credit card for yourself so you can get it if you think this card would be a good fit for you. Unlike a typical credit card, you can no longer directly apply for the Chase Ritz Carlton card, making it much more of a unique card from that perspective. The only way to get this card as of the recording of this video is to do a product change from an existing Chase Marriott Bonvoy credit card that you already have. Now, there are currently 3 Chase Marriott Bonvoy credit cards you can apply for: the Marriott Bonvoy Bold, Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, and Marriott Bonvoy Bountiful credit cards. And while we won't be comparing the differences between these 3 cards in this video, the best card to choose for the purposes of product changing it to the Ritz Carlton card is that Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card. This card usually comes with a pretty decent welcome offer, and as of the recording of this video, the offer is to earn 3 free night awards valued up to 50,000 points each after spending $3,000 on purchases in the first 3 months. And if you apply for the card during an elevated welcome offer period, the welcome offer on this card has been as high as 5 free night awards, so if you could wait for that offer to appear, even better. The card does come with a $95 annual fee, but another nice benefit is that it comes with an annual anniversary 35K free night award starting on the card's first renewal date. So those are the basics of the Boundless card, but there are 3 criteria that are necessary for you to be able to product change this card to the Ritz Carlton card. The first is what I just mentioned. You need to have either the Chase Bonvoy Bold, Bonvoy Boundless, or Bonvoy Bountiful card. And like I said earlier, my preference would be the Boundless card because of its very generous welcome offer opportunity and 35K anniversary free night award. The second is that you need to have this card open for at least 12 months, which is more of a soft rule since this is the minimum time needed to qualify for a product change with any card in general, not just the Ritz Carlton card. And with the Boundless card, a great way to know when the right time to do the product change is when you see the annual fee post on your monthly statement. At that point, you have 30 days to product change the card to the Ritz Carlton card and get the full $95 annual fee refunded back to you as a statement credit. And during this window, the anniversary 35K free night award should also appear in your Marriott account too, and if you move forward with a product change, that free night should still stay in your Marriott Bonvoy account. But for full disclosure, I didn't product change to my Ritz Carlton card exactly at the 1-year mark, so I can't really verify this information, but if any of you have, definitely leave a comment down below to let us know. In the terms and conditions, it does say that the free night award may take up to 8 weeks to be deposited into your Bonvoy account, but in my experience, the free night shows up the same month as my anniversary date. And if the free night hasn't shown up yet, I would wait to get it before proceeding with the product change, just so you don't lose out on that 35K free night award. In that case, the $95 annual fee will be prorated, but since it would only be 1 to 2 months in, you would end up getting most of the annual fee refunded back anyways. And the third criteria is that the card must have at least $10,000 in credit limit at the time of the product change. Now, if your Boundless card's credit limit is lower than that, it's pretty easy to either transfer credit limit from one of your other personal Chase credit cards, or you could even request a credit limit increase, which for Chase Bank results in a soft pull. Okay, so that's how you'd get the card, and as the Ritz Carlton brand is a Marriott property, it makes sense that you can product change from other Marriott Bonvoy credit cards to this card. But for me, what's interesting is that even though this card will become my main luxury travel credit card, I looked back at my hotel stays over the past year and I haven't stayed in a single Ritz Carlton property. Now, of course, I'd love to stay at a Ritz Carlton hotel if I had the opportunity, but the thing is, the hotel rooms are really expensive, and the point redemptions tend to be also very costly. usually with a redemption rate of 0.6 cents per point or less, which is below average for the Marriott Bonvoy program. Now, the reason why I usually don't stay at Ritz-Carltons is because of Marriott's very large footprint when it comes to its other properties, which is both a benefit and a curse in this situation. Every time I visit a city with a Ritz-Carlton, I can usually find a better alternative within the same area, whether it be a cash stay or a hotel redemption. And another thing about this card that may be surprising is that I don't use this card for spending at all. This is because of the multiplier structure on the Ritz-Carlton card, which is to earn 6x points back at Marriott hotels, 3x points back on dining, car rentals, and airline purchases, and 2x points back on all other purchases. And at first glance, that doesn't seem bad, but since Marriott points are typically worth about 0.6 to 0.8 cents per point, a better way to pay for those Marriott stays are actually going to be on cards with a 3x travel multiplier in a flexible points currency. Cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Green Card both earn 3x points back on general travel, but since MR and UR points are much more valuable than Bonvoy points, this is definitely the better way to go. And shout out to my man JP Knowledge, who made this case in one of his videos and convinced me to change up my Marriott spending strategy. And since I have the Chase Inc. Preferred card, which has that 3x travel multiplier, this is how I've been spending on my Marriott stays since I've watched his video. Now, this situation is pretty interesting since I'm a big fan of the Ritz-Carlton card, but I don't stay at Ritz-Carltons, and I don't spend on the card itself. So if that's the case, what is this card even good for? Well, this card is, for all intents and purposes, a benefits card, and these benefits are why I think this card is so powerful for my situation. And there are 3 benefits on this card that really make it stand out to me. The first benefit is the $300 annual travel credit, which is essentially an airline incidental credit. Now, the Ritz-Carlton card has a $450 annual fee and is Chase's luxury Marriott credit card compared to American Express's version, which is the Bonvoy Brilliant card, which has a $650 annual fee. And so this $300 airline incidental credit cuts the annual fee by over 50%. That is, as long as you can justify the whole credit at its full value. And there's a couple of things to note about this statement credit that makes it different from the other statement credits out there on the market today. The first is that this is an annual statement credit per calendar year, so you have that 12-month period to make these purchases. And per the terms and conditions, the following purchases qualify: airline lounge day passes or yearly lounge memberships, airline seat upgrades, airline baggage fees, in-flight internet or entertainment, or in-flight meals. And the second is that instead of automatically getting the charge reimbursed, you do have to call into customer service to request them to have a certain charge reimbursed through this credit. And depending how you look at it, this could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you don't like talking on the phone and want this to be an automatic statement credit, then this credit may seem like more effort than it's really worth. But what I found is that when you call into the Chase Ritz Carlton phone line, I've never once had to wait for a customer service agent. In fact, when I call, the phone is pretty much answered immediately, which is really, really nice. And because you're talking to another human being, I'll just say you can make a case for what could count for this airline incidental credit, so the credit may be more flexible than advertised. But in any case, as I value this credit at its full $300 value, this drops the effective annual fee on this card down to just $150, and we're just getting started. The second benefit that makes this card my top luxury travel credit card is its Priority Pass membership and free authorized users. The Ritz-Carlton card comes with a free Priority Pass membership that gives you access to not only Priority Pass lounges, but as a Chase card, it also gives you access to Chase Sapphire lounges as well. So the Priority Pass membership on this card is exactly like the one on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, except that it does not grant access to the Chase Sapphire Terrace Lounge in the Austin airport. And when it comes to authorized users, here's where things get very interesting. When looking at the Priority Pass opportunities on the Ritz-Carlton card and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, each authorized user gets their own Priority Pass membership. But with the Ritz-Carlton card, each authorized user is free, while with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, each authorized user is $75. And while I'm pretty sure there's no limit to the number of authorized users on both cards, it definitely wouldn't make sense to have a lot of authorized users on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, since those authorized user fees can add up very quickly. Another very important distinction when it comes to the Priority Pass membership between these two cards is the number of guests you can bring on a single membership. With the Ritz-Carlton card, you can bring unlimited guests to not only the Priority Pass lounges, lounges, but also the Sapphire lounges as shown in the terms and conditions here. And just to make things clear, the Sapphire lounges by the club is a type of Priority Pass lounge. So it's best to think of the Sapphire lounges as unique Priority Pass lounges. But with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you're limited to only 2 guests per membership. Of course, the amount of guests you can bring into an airport lounge is going to depend on the individual lounge you go to and how full it is at the time. But the Ritz Carlton card certainly offers much better guest privileges for no additional cost to you as a cardholder. And so to recap, the Ritz Carlton card comes with a Priority Pass membership that can access Chase Sapphire lounges with unlimited guests, and you can have unlimited free authorized users, each with their own Priority Pass membership. And that's a very powerful lounge card and is the main reason why the Ritz Carlton card has become one of my top travel cards. The only thing this Priority Pass membership is missing is access to Priority Pass restaurants, but right now I'm able to access these with the Priority Pass memberships offered on both my Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite credit card and my US Bank Altitude Reserve card. And the third benefit that makes this card my top travel card is, of course, its anniversary 85K free night award. So with the effective annual fee of $150 plus the Priority Pass membership that we just discussed, this card also comes with this free night award, making this card, in my opinion, one of the most valuable cards when it comes to benefits offered for the annual fee. And one of the nice benefits of this 85K free night award is that you can top it off with up to 15,000 points if there's a property just over that limit that you want to stay at. And to get the full value of this free night award, redeeming it for a night as close to 85K as possible, or even just over 85K would be the best. But depending on your circumstances, there are other options to consider as well. As you can see from these resort listings here, if you're a Walt Disney World enthusiast, the Dolphin, Swan, and Swan Reserve resorts are certainly great options to consider that can be redeemed under that 85K point threshold. And as someone who's a Marriott loyalist and likes staying at their properties, it's great to have this card that not only provides this 85K free night award, but also the other luxury travel benefits that we've previously discussed. And as the Marriott Bonvoy program has cards with both Chase and American Express, you can build a credit card strategy where you can generate multiple free night awards every single year for a pretty reasonable cost. The only issue with applying for these cards is that you have to be careful about the welcome offer terms between these two issuers, where if you get a card from Chase, you're locked out from a Marriott Bonvoy credit card welcome offer from American Express for 24 months and vice versa. From my own personal credit card lineup, I not only own the Chase Ritz Carlton card, but I also have the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card and Marriott Bonvoy Business card. And I'm looking to complete my Marriott free night strategy with the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card next year, so I'll have 4 Marriott cards total that generate 2 85K free night awards and 2 35K free night awards every single year. So as someone who travels frequently and can use these free night awards, this perk is a great benefit that comes on the Ritz Carlton card and is the final piece that makes this card well worth it to me. But I also want to quickly point out that this card has some other great travel benefits too, including trip cancellation and interruption insurance, trip delay reimbursement, travel and emergency assistance services, lost luggage reimbursement, and primary auto rental collision damage waiver. But since I don't actually spend on this card, these benefits don't really apply to me. But my main travel spending card, the US Bank Altitude Reserve, has similar benefits too, so I'm protected when I use that card for my travel purchases instead. And so those are the reasons why the Ritz Carlton card is my main luxury travel credit card, at least when it comes to the benefits. As the annual fee has remained stable on this card, I'm pretty happy with it as it still offers an annual statement credit, lounge access, and a free night award that I can use every single year, and I hope to continue to use this card for these benefits for many years to come. But like I mentioned before, this card is a part of an overall Marriott credit card strategy to generate multiple free night awards every single year. And to see the best way to do this strategy for yourself, check out this video next.